Welcome to the Multichain Nation. Today we have Bernd, founder of Xion. Thank you for joining me, Bernd.
Thanks for having me.
It's good. It's good to see what's going on in your end. I know you're based in New York, so it's a hectic city, hectic things going on, chaos all the time. Very similar to crypto, so
Yes.
it's the right place to be. And let us know, what is Xion?
What is Xion? That's a great question. Zion's everything. First and foremost, what we do is we make crypto completely disappear, and
In
we've
a
been
good
doing
way.
that for yeah. Oh, in a bad
Okay,
way too.
not like not like everyone else tries to make crypto disappear.
But who else is making crypto disappear aside from like maybe rug pulls and like Lazarus Group?
So now, instead of making crypto disappear in a negative way,
Yes.
what's the positive way you're doing it?
Crypto sucks. It is
It
unusable.
does.
There are no products, and that thing. Yeah, there are no products. It is unusable. The friction's terrible. We are in an echo chamber because no one can enter into the echo chamber, and so we make it disappear to actually reach real people and get real products with real users and give people what they actually want.
People are being so validated right now, hearing what you're
Good.
saying.
I hope they do. I hope they
Like, yeah,
feel
finally someone
awful.
understands it. It's the worst. I hate crypto. I
Yeah,
never
I
want to
hate it.
use it. No point. I can't even use it. Why not just Venmo somebody? So why not just Venmo somebody? Why use Zion?
Yeah, I mean that's first of all a great question. I think there's an aspect of crypto which is like global borderless. Like with Venmo, I can transfer it to my bank account easily, but that's because I'm an American who has a bank account. You know, you deal in a global arena. You don't necessarily have that. But I will say I do think the problem of remittance has been solved. Just the concept of like payment sending. I don't think we've seen much innovation as it relates to anything on the application layer since like maybe Uniswap, unfortunately. Uniswap v3, I should say.
Mhm.
Um, and we're here to fix that.
And it's by making it walletless. But at what point does Axelar come into play to help make this happen?
Because it doesn't matter what chain you're on. I think that's one of the earlier Axelar kind of theses in bridging in general and composability is just this idea that we want products to survive. We're going to live in a multi-chain universe, and there's not going to be a winner takes all. There's going to be people who specialize in one thing over another, and I think Axelar is one of these projects that understands that and is building towards that digital world.
That's the thing I keep hearing about Axelar too. Is just they're the
Were you on the
protocols that
podcast?
that's why I keep hearing it.
I
It's
mean,
so weird.
yeah.
So they keep hearing projects saying like that. It's the reason they use XR to make it multi-chain, bridge to everywhere, cross communication everywhere. It's as simple as possible. And as a developer and founder of this company, what was your experience like implementing with XR? Why was that even your decision?
um, why was that the decision? It's a good question. It was the only decision. How about that? We
Mm.
were a Cosmos SDK based chain back 3 years ago, and Wormhole still isn't here, and Layer Zero still isn't here, and Axelar's here.
Ooh,
So
someone shipped.
someone chipped. So yeah, that's pretty much yeah. That was I love
Uh,
the guys. I really do. Yorgos is awesome, and like I love seeing him, love hanging out with him. He's a fun dude, really intelligent, like genuinely a good friend to have. But also, so we probably would have made the decision regardless of it being the only option, but it was the only option. So
yeah,
it's a good reason, I will say.
it's a good reason. It's not that just being an only option was the reason, but also it sounded like being a good option was very nice. A good only option.
It was a good only option. It was not a bad only option. How about
Yeah.
that?
And for people who are first time hearing about Zion, what do you do? What do you bring to the table? You're trying to make everything in crypto disappear, be walletless. What's the
Yeah.
point of
The
joining?
What's the point of joining? Great question. We got about 100,000 daily active people who have no idea that they interact with crypto. We have contracts signed with Uber, Nike, working with Strava, about 150 other brands, about 50 projects on testnet, and somewhere around 20 projects on mainnet. And it's going to be one of these things where I don't give a shit if you join. You're going to be using us whether you like it or not.
It's that hidden. It's kind of like
It is that hidden. Like I don't know if you've used it, but like you sign in with your Gmail. There's no wallet, credit card, debit card. You actually have no idea that you're using crypto. It's fucking great.
and well, the financial aspect of crypto then, how do I link that within Zion? So forget MetaMask and Rabbit Wallet and whatever Ledger, Trezor, whatever you have. Where's that interaction? How does that look as a UI for anyone anywhere?
Um, Depends on the project, right? Like we're an L1, kind of through and through. So I think we have a DEX, but quite honestly, our focus is not on financialization. Again, I think that's a solved issue, quite honestly. And so we focus on consumer. We focus on, I honestly, in my mind, like this is something that we're still experimenting with, but it's just this concept of being able to prove anything on the internet. Like I think that sounds like a really lofty goal, but
Hmm.
whether it be how much money you have, whether it be the real estate you own, the tickets to the concert you're going to, the art you have, like these are things that need to be effectively proven, and it's the value of crypto in general. And I think that that's effectively where you're going to see Xion fit in. It's you're going to be on maybe Ticketmaster, and you're gonna be like, okay, these are actually the tickets. I didn't just get completely scammed.
Well, if you don't
Or
even know you're using Xion, how do you even know that you're even safely purchasing from Ticketmaster?
you can. I mean, I think a lot of this will probably be like one of these checking on chain things. Like when you
Yeah.
have a giant public database that everyone trusts, like you could be like, how do I know you sent you $1 million or you hold this NFT? It's like, yeah, OpenSea can give you a little stamp and they say that that it is, but you could also click on it and check the Ether scan.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's important to have that in the back end because the nerdy people or tech people who want
Okay.
to know
Yeah,
that they're using Zion or at least want to know what's going on in the back end, it's important to have that infrastructure laid out for them to see. And
you see that a lot too. Like you see that a lot, like especially as you try to get more and more new users on board who don't actually care. Like for us, that's one of these things. Especially sign on is pretty important. Like
mhm.
yes, you could sign in with your Gmail, your TikTok, whatever it is. But like if you want to do Ledger, if you want to do your MetaMask, you want to do your Phantom, or add multi-factor authentication, like that's something that you still need to have under your like advanced. And I think the future of crypto is going to be an advanced tab, effectively.
It's how it is nowadays too. It's just you have your browser and then you have developer tools within the browser and seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and like I mean, I fucking hate browser downloads too. Quite honestly, like never download a fucking wallet again. That's gonna be awful. That's stupid. It's terrible. It's a really stupid onboarding process that is at this point no need to exist.
it took this long though. It needed to happen to get to this point to make someone upset enough to fix it.
Yeah, and I'm pissed.
Damn, you're gonna fix it so good.
Yeah, so good.
So then, what's next for Zion? You already have over 100,000 users
Yep.
daily. So what's the next step for Zion?
Yeah, well, I mean, we just launched a mobile toolkit, which is pretty cool. For us, that's like pretty base case, and I think that's important just because how the fuck are you gonna have consumer applications without having mobile?
Yeah.
So that was released today, brings us to a whole nother level. Um, I'm like, quite honestly, like there's like political answers to say here, but quite honestly, I gotta figure out the fuck our tagline is, right? Like, we're having a hackathon. Well, fuck, I guess I'm announcing this. We're having a hackathon. I believe it's next week. I don't know when we're announcing it, but I think with a lot of hackathons, the main issue is it's just like this giant net of bullshit that just ends up coming back, and it's just like, oh, I built a Dex. It's like, oh my god, that pisses me off to no end. And so it's like we're trying to have this hackathon that focuses on the ability to prove things. Whatever it is. Like I want to build a dating app where you have to sign in with your Chase mobile application or whatever banking app you use, and you could only join if you have over $500,000 in that banking application. It'll of course be called Sugar Daddy because what else would you name it? And there's like things like this where you know you wanted to link your GitHub and your Substack, and you
Yep.
want to meet like local entrepreneurs who have the same hustle and that they want to grind. And obviously, that would be called Grinder naturally. And there's a lot of puns that can be made, but also there's a lot of cool shit that could happen. And I think when you have a directed hackathon, it's not sexy. Like no one really cares about hackathons too much. But I do think that like we're at this point in crypto where I'm talking to some of my old investors who are like, yeah, I'm getting out of crypto. I'm like, oh, why? It's like you hear the same shit every day, but this time you can't make money on it. And it's true. Like, I mean, say what it is, but crypto, I was just sitting today. I'm like, dude, we feel like we're in a fucking bear market. And like Bitcoin's ripping. But there's no new projects. So trying to figure
It's
out what's good for crypto. Yeah, sorry.
That's a thing. Like the internet exists, but no one makes money off the internet's existence. It's off what you
Commodity.
make,
Yeah.
yeah, on
And
the
like
internet.
we've just been like twiddling our thumbs for the past, I don't know, let's call it 6 years, honestly, ever since Solana came like a viable competitor to Ethereum of just like, well, we're this, but let's try this for the 14th time. It's like, and listen, like, am I a fucking hypocrite in being like, well, I'm also an L1? Yeah, 100%. Um, but I do think that we have something here in the fact of like, I built on Solana. I built the very first decentralized NFT marketplace in Solana. Had like 30,000 monthly active users. But at the end of the day, I was the marketing engine for the wallet. I was a marketing engine for Coinbase because I had to get people in. I had to get to buy Solana to then download Phantom Wallet to bridge it over. And it's like, I can't. Why the fuck am I doing this application shit? Like,
That's hard.
yeah, why
That's
would I
not
do
easy.
that?
Then, so by making L1, is the L1 that you're so focused on, or is it really what you're bringing together and bridging together as something?
Bringing together. And that's why I say like working with Axelar in the sense of like I'm not trying to be this like a silo isolationist island of an L1 that's like here take a $4 million grant and then never talk to anyone ever again. I'm not trying to do that.
That's so many projects. It's like, where did this money come from and where'd it go?
Just don't worry about it.
Just put it in my pocket. I'll
Yeah,
take it
yeah,
and run
yeah.
away.
It
No
went from
problem.
my pocket to his to him. Jesus Christ.
Now, as the community is listening to this, like there's our users and then there's your developers. Where do they live in your protocol in your project?
The users and developers
Yeah,
mostly on Telegram. I would say that like I mean I guess maybe I'm fucking up the question here, but
that was the next question. You went ahead, but
okay.
no, like so if I'm a user and I'm
Yeah.
going to use Xion, what's my experience like?
You're probably using the products built on Xion more often than not. Like when I give the 100,000 number, that's just like a cumulative. That's just kind of a cumulative number. Like
Mhm.
realistically, Zion exists kind of as like a login. Like in a weird way, the only visual time that you kind of see Zion is when you log in. And we wanted to like, if you look, the login process feels like Discord effectively, where you like log in with Discord and it just like boots you somewhere. And then everything else is completely, you know, web 2ified, I would say. If you're a user, you have no fucking clue. If you're a developer, you know, that is the entirety of our business. So you are being bombarded with help and information, I would like to say.
And it looks like you have pretty good docs laid out for developers to follow along and build. And as a developer, what do you really want built on Zion?
I definitely don't want the same bullshit that's been done time and time again. I think Solana launched something on Friday, not to call them out, but they launched something and it was just like, with this, you can, it was like their mobile kit or whatever. And they're like, you can build a meme launchpad, a wallet, this, and like the whole list. I was about to just tweet it out and be like, if you're building any of these, please never speak to me. Um, you know, but I think that there is a bridge of what we call consumer adoption. Oh, sorry, consumer crypto. And if you actually ask someone what consumer crypto is, no one has any fucking clue because it's kind of nothing, right? Like we can throw phi in front of, or at the end or in front of every fucking word, game phi, social phi, you know, dating app phi, whatever the hell we want to call it. But at the end of the day, like it's the finance part that people really focus on, right? And I think that there's an aspect that we're uncovering, ideally with this hackathon. Honestly, like I'm honestly leaning towards this hackathon a lot. Effectively, is just like an experimentation in so fact of just like prove anything on the internet and how can we actually use this to benefit Web2 applications? Because once we answer that, there's 7,000 Web3 developers and there's 18 million web developers or mobile developers out there. So if we can get even a fraction of that, we've actually just completely beat Web3 in total. And they shouldn't even need to know.
Yeah, and that's the thing, making that transition. Because when someone's like, "Oh, you have to develop on blockchain," it's scary. Like I have no idea how to develop on the blockchain, create smart contracts. It's like learn Solidity or learn whatever new programming language that you have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing your existing tools and languages in Web 2, just call some APIs,
Yeah.
make what needs to need to happen.
And do
I,
it for like do it because there's value there, right? Like you talk to someone who's like, "Oh, why are you building on crypto?" Yeah, they'll say some random bullshit, but really they think it's to get rich quick. And Well, look at the markets.
That's what's tough. It's the markets are showing that. It's like, why is it everyone's trying to build something to make them rich? But my favorite thing is like health data and like personal data and privacy, and that's what we're really missing in what's being built. But you don't make money like that. At least not easily.
You can. I mean, you really can. I think that like if you build products that not to sound lame, but it shouldn't be lame to say this, but like if you build
Yeah.
products people want, it's not fucking difficult.
But what do people want? It's tough.
It's not that hard. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you go out there and you talk to people, like realistically, I find myself talking mostly to Web2 companies. Dude, it was funny. It was actually so funny. I was on the call with one of my investors today, and we got this project that's Web2, like total Web2. They got like 4 million active users, like 30. They
Wow.
make 30 grand in revenue a month or something like that. I'm like, this is unheard of in this industry. I'm like, this just, and they like, we're talking with them because obviously they want to incorporate crypto without fucking up the entire friction that they have right now. I love what they're doing, but it's just like one of these things. I'm talking to one of the investors and one of my investors, and he's like, these guys might have a hard time fundraising because crypto investors, it's not scammy enough for them. And I'm like, that's a terrible, terrible thing to hear, but it's true. Like, it's kind of true. Like, and it takes some level of contrarian in this industry to actually invest in real projects, which is terrible.
Yep. That's why public goods funding is our hope right now, but it's also really, really hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
At the end of the day, you have to remember L1s are commodities. We are public goods.
yep. Well, thank you so much, Brent, for joining today and sharing your story. And yeah, I'm looking forward to not knowing that I'm using Xion.
Hell yeah. Sorry for yapping so much.
Thank you so much.
Of course.